The unbanked and the unconnected, it's a big story. OnemCommunications, we've provided different kinds of services to people to give them a little bit of the internet-like experience on an ordinary mobile. So, of course, when blockchain came into being, we saw that there was a great opportunity also to bring the capability of the blockchain to people. So we said, okay, how do we go about bringing the blockchain on SMS so that people can avail from some of this technology, unbanked, unconnected. So, of course, one of the things that we thought about, we said, okay, let's connect the internet world to the non-internet world. Created a blockchain, and we were able to create a fully functional SMS wallet and integrate it into what we call micro business programs. And we said, okay, there's mining for people that have ASICs machines, and they're getting coins as a reward for keeping the blockchain alive. So what about the people who can't connect? They don't have computers. How do we reward them for participating in an ecosystem? So we said, okay, let's create something called pseudo mining. And what pseudo mining is it's just a way that people can connect to our platform, and they can be involved in type of commercial activities, and these activities will give them dividends. So they will get mCoins. And the wallet has two functions. It has a current account and it has a savings account. Well, when they get these free coins, what happens is half of them will go into a savings account, which we will pay interest on, and the other half go to their current account that they use and spend, and they can just go to an exchange and then trade them up for different types of fiat or cryptocurrencies.
All right. You, of course, talked about the unbanked in Africa, and the numbers are really huge. We're looking at a staggering 66% of the people that are left unbanked on the continent. And, of course, much of this number is of the adults. Now, tell me, this is something that you're planning to solve, but what has the reception of the mCoin been like on the continent?
I would say nothing short of phenomenal. A lot of people, of course, when you talk about the unconnected, how do you reach the unconnected? Because you can reach anybody on the internet by going with communities. So what we have a program where we reward people to spread the word. And we're just getting ready. I think Sunday we have a Pan-African road trip, and we're meeting with various government officials, and we're telling them that there's a way to reach the unconnected. A lot of people, more than half the people in Africa live in rural areas, and a lot of people are subsistence farmers. If you can aggrandize their reach, in other words, if people can deal with more than just who's in front of their face, then they can experience prosperity. So if you are on the internet, of course, you can make an app, and then you can reach people that are outside your immediate sphere. So with mCoin, the problem with most systems is that how do you reach people? How do you reach people, and how do you interact with them? It's not just to provide a cryptocurrency for speculation. It's to provide something that can be used and exchanged like you would have a credit card. So we see that the response in Africa is that when people come to know about it, that they can use any ordinary mobile to not only open up a wallet, but to do something like eBay on a wallet or something like Craigslist on a wallet, where they can post things and they can share with people and they can even call them. They can have their own account. This is exciting because that means that those billions of people who have ordinary mobiles, all of a sudden, these mobiles can work in a completely different way. Thanks to the internet, of course, we know that the information and trading and things that can happen by individuals are possible with the internet. That was never possible for people before an ordinary mobile. So this is this is the reception. There's a learning process. People need to learn basic things. The good thing is that everybody in Africa is expert on SMS. SMS with many mobile wallet services, so people, they know how to use it.
All right. Chris, of course, I would love to touch a little bit on interoperability, because when you look at the African continent, if, say, I have Safaricom today, it would be very hard for me to send money to someone that is using MTN Uganda or someone that is using Airtel Tanzania. You get where I'm coming from. Or maybe perhaps, say, I'm using Equity Bank, but I'm trying to send money across to KCB or Bank of Kigali. This is something that has been quite hectic for a lot of people trying to send money across borders and even in their own region. So talk to me about interoperability. How is this going to solve that particular conversation?
Well, you touched on a very important point. And of course, mobile operators, they're a channel to the people because the mobile is the most important communication device. And it stands to reason that if you own a channel that you want to monopolize, you want to control it to take all the benefits. Now, the internet and OTT services have shown us that individuals can be globalized. So OneM and mCoin are on both. So we're in both worlds. So we have an Apple wallet, we have Android wallet, we have a web wallet, we have a Linux wallet. So essentially, whatever you can do on SMS, you can do also through the internet. Now, interoperability. We're going with aggregators, and some operators, they're seeing the light, and they say, okay, now it's time to make things open for everybody. Some are not. We work with aggregators, and you can use dedicated short codes to reach. So there's always some way that you could reach. You can through the internet or through SMS or whatever. You mentioned globalization. mCoin is global, yet it's local. We have a way on our platform to create both atmospheres. A local atmosphere for people who want to do business together. They want to buy and sell and communicate. And the most essential thing is that you need a secure identity. And we provide this secure identity. And for example, I would say @Michael. You would be in my list. I could send you a message or I can call you just by sending @Michael SMS to our platform. Our platform handles everything. So essentially, a dumb phone or a basic phone becomes a virtual smartphone on our platform.
All right. Of course, you are talking about the security, and what comes to my mind, of course, we've seen a lot of tech firms coming up with what we would like to call a two-factor authentication. This is not something that you can find on SMS. How secure is my information or my mCoins?
But there is a way to do that.
All right.
Okay.
Tell me about it.
So if you think about what does two-factor authentication mean? It means that you need some other way to be able that's completely separate from that channel to be able to say that, okay, this is actually the person that there is, right? So if you think about, we thought about that very carefully. We said, okay, but people don't have money to buy special devices and things, and they can't get a Google Authenticator. So it's a very simple way. If I have a friend, okay, I can put that friend's mobile on our platform, and I could send a small code there. If it's very serious and I want two-factor authentication, you can do it on our platform just by having another mobile as the second authenticator. So there is a possibility. And SMS wallets will act like cold storage. They're not connected to the internet, and therefore they can't be hacked in ways that apps can.
All right.
Right. If you have a mobile and you turn off the internet data, you can't have keyloggers, and you can't have something take information that's off of your device. So people are actually more secure over SMS than they are with internet data. So we can do the two-factor authentication. It is possible to do. We have not implemented it yet because it will require people to set it up. So if people, they want to set it up, we are launching this service, and people that have more coins, for example, they will do it. But you know the nature of people. If you lose your phone, most phones have some way to either lock them up if you're talking about a smartphone. The simple basic mobiles, if people want to be more secure in the near future, next month or so, we will make this available. You'll give another trusted number, and then if you make a transaction above a certain amount or you want to do something, they will receive a code, and if you don't get that code, it doesn't enable it on our platform. So we can provide that kind of security.